How's it going, everybody? Reaper here, welcoming you to another episode here of the Master League here on PES 17 with Venezia. We got another important Serie A matchup now as we're now into the month of March. We're in the last few months of the season trying to make a push for mid-table. We've been on a good run of form recently. Just knocked off the top of the league in the last match at home. But now we have a difficult road stretch ahead of us against Empoli. But first, go to the game board and see what we have to do for this next match. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 4. Contract extension time. Alright, so we will offer some contract extensions to some players that still haven't re-signed for us yet. Let's take a quick look at who we need to get re-signed. Ramu here is a player that we've been trying to re-sign for quite a while. Really don't understand why we can't get a deal done with him, but we are going to try once again to see if we get lucky. It's not like he's asking for an absorbent amount of money. He's just not been willing to re-sign with us. And if it comes around August, he is open right now to leave if we get a good enough offer. We'll keep scrolling down the list. We've already extended a bunch of contracts already. Leslie need the backup keeper. We do need to get re-signed. Biggest hurdle with him is his salary. He's on a starter salary, even though he's really delegated back down to number 2. But if we could just get him to start growing, and more importantly, get him on like some kind of dramatic improvement, I think we can get him back to being our number 1 keeper. But we got to get him re-signed. I think that's going to be the first thing we need to do. A couple other players that we could re-sign. Let me just go through due diligence here, take a look. Just looking for players that we haven't re-signed or their deals are about to expire. Male's one that we haven't re-signed either. He's a youngster now, but did some reshuffling of the squad a little bit, so now he's going to be featured on the bench. So he'll get some playing time. So I'm going to go ahead and offer him a deal. Oh, because we got him in a trade. Oh. We have him in a trade deal. Okay, so he's currently in a trade deal, so we can't offer him an extension. A little disappointing because we do need to get that deal sorted because I do want to keep him because we are pretty low in the midfield area. And I do not believe... Daffrey, the youngster, we need to re-sign him. The lineups for our matchup against Empoli are as follows. Bika keeps his place in net. Our back 3 has changed slightly with Kranjic, Cremonese, and Casal. Defensive midfielders of Indu and Lolo. Wide midfielders of Felicoli and Caligara. The attacking midfielder of Amaru. And the center forward pairing of Capello and Longo. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Empoli Stadium here at the Carlo Castanelli, as Empoli plays host to our beloved Lions here in more Serie B action. With the start of the month of March is underway, and the Lions coming into this with some confidence after getting that last victory at home. We'll see what they can do here on the road. ERICKSON made a slight tweak to the formation a little bit. He's definitely been off with the tactics, still keeping the 3 in the back, but just changing the midfield up quite a bit, and also making some changes to the wide players, bringing in some younger players to play out wide, hopefully maybe get a little bit better offensive effort, as kickoff is just a few moments away. We're covered, we're under control now. Looks for the run of Capello. Capello holds it up now. He's going to look for Felicoli now. He's got space, crossed in, header! Ooh. Longo gets his head to it, but it's just wide. And looking pretty good in possession at the moment, just controlling the play as Empoli looking to control the low blocks. But a good effort, but just not quite on target. And yeah, Ramu's caught there. And a yellow card's been shown. It's been a fairly even feeling out process for both sides. So just trying to get control in the midfield, and Amaru just got completely taken out there. Oh, Longo with the touch. Nice ball! And it's sent wide. I think Zagoni played a nice dummy there. He just got it held up, and it felt Colin Longo took the shot, and I think that just barely scraped the post. Let's see, can we find something here? Amaru now. Crossed in. Nice ball. Header, and it's flicked on behind. And I believe it's going to be a corner or goal kick. I'm not sure, but tried to do a quick cross in outside of the foot cross, and I think that will be a goal kick as Zagoni missed the target. Oh, nice play down the wing. Trying to use that space. Kranjic now. Oh, that's a good cross in. A header. And big save off the line by Mika. Caligari just has to clear it and got stretched there. Out wide. Oh, the rebound. It's off the post. And Empoli starting to get some momentum here. Creating some very good chances here. And just really good switches of play here. Just dragging us, our defense in pieces. And luckily, Micah had it covered, but it definitely ringed off the post. Now Amaru wins it back. Oh, that's a hard foul, referee. And that's surely going to be a card as Zagoni got turned inside out there, and the card has been shown. Definite foul. Zagoni was just a passenger on that one. He just gets hip checked. And Mick takes a tumble. And that's going to be the final whistle. We don't take advantage of it. It ends in a 0-0 draw. But a very exciting match to play. But the Lions only get a point here on the road. End of the match goes to Felicoli, despite the draw. I mean, but look at how we played. We played really well in this game. Surprisingly, even though it was a very defensive game, not a lot of highlights to show on this one. But all around, only a few players had failed to hit the 6 mark on our side. Felicoli had a strong game. You take a look at the stats, you know, the real shocking thing is these shots on target. We had none on target. I mean, that was really our downfall. But more importantly, we've really struggled in recent games to keep the ball off the target from the opposition. And we really had them locked down defensively. And you can see they drew a lot of fouls. A little bit different of a match than I'm used to seeing here on PES. So we have been making some minor gameplay tweaks. When I talk about gameplay, just the gameplay tactics. And might have stumbled onto something here. This is very interesting. This is a kind of one of those games where it just kind of was dragging on and no one could really find a breakthrough. But, I mean, we definitely had chances, but we squandered quite a bit of opportunity. Their defense was cutting out passes, and our defense was doing the same. With match day 2090 in the books, here's how the table looks. We are holding on to that 15th spot quite nicely. Didn't gain or lose anything, but did kept our place on the table. Empoli, we're in the top 10. They dropped to 11th as they are in contention for the playoffs. So that that draw probably hurt them a bit more than it did us as they're fighting for that potential promotion playoff spot. Time to do a little housekeeping as we finally got some team rules grown. Zagoni, who's a player that's pretty fond in our hearts here on this channel for the many seasons we played Venezia football. He's finally gone to a level of protege with ERICKSON. Same with Endu, the loading signing that we currently don't have locked up for next season. We really need to consider if we're going to keep him or not. But we do need to make some room for him on our salary wise because we just don't quite have the money yet to bring him on board. But we may need to think about making a move. But a couple proteges in there that'll definitely help their growth, which is always a positive. And with that being said, we're going to wrap up this episode. This was a very different gameplay match. I wish I could show you guys the full match because it was definitely... I tried something different with the tactics for both the user and the AI, and it really shown some really promising results there. But then again, we were playing on a blue AI attack, so it was a very defensive match to begin with. Not a lot of ground, but definitely their defenders were cutting us off and not giving us easy chances, and we were doing the same. So could be something to it here. So stay tuned for the next one if you liked what you saw here. Very interesting going forward here as the month of March continues to roll on here. We're getting closer to the end of the first season here at Venezia, but I'd like to thank you once again. And stay tuned for more, and I will see you guys next time.